Authorities have been on scene for about an hour now, and right now I actually want to bring in Captain Adam Myrick with the Lexington County Sheriff's Department. And Captain Myrick, again, you guys got on scene about an hour and a half ago now. Tell me what you know so far.
Right now, the most important thing for viewers to know is that someone has been detained in connection with this shooting. We have no reason to believe there's an ongoing threat to the immediate area. We know we have one person transported, a female transported with a gunshot wound from this 4200 block of Augusta Road. We don't have any information about her condition right now. We do know she's still at the hospital. I don't have a lot on who has been detained, but again, one person detained in connection to this. And right now, our work on this case continues behind us as we process the scene and collect potential evidence. So we know that they are shaken up quite a bit. This is unlike anything else that they have ever been through. So we wanted to get them out of the cold, get them out of the weather, get them to a warm place. So we have transported them in our units to the reception site, which is going to be opened up by the American Red Cross. With that, I'll turn it over to Cuthbert Langley from the American Red Cross to tell you the
This is a great example of how community members are truly our eyes and ears, because someone knew that a car just didn't look right. It didn't feel right that time of day, or that time of the morning, overnight hours really, pre-dawn. They knew that it just wasn't right, and they made a call. So it underscores the importance of that. It underscores how our citizens help us.
And we are joined now by Adam Myrick, who is giving us the details, and we're told that one person was injured in this shooting.
That's right. We can tell you that it's a man who was hit in the lower body. His medical team tells us it's not a life-threatening injury, so we're able to speak to him, and that's a part of our investigation right now as we move forward to try to find out what happened.
And of course, another important part is finding who may be responsible. Where are you at with that?
We don't have much information to go on right now. Community tips are going to be very important to us. We don't have a vehicle description or anything else at this time, so we urge anybody who knows something or perhaps might hear something throughout the day to reach out and call us.
Now, investigators want to find another suspect.
We want to hear from anyone who has any sort of information that could be helpful to us. The best way to do that is to call Crime Stoppers. We feel like somebody's got a name. We feel like somebody knows something. And even the smallest of tips that someone might think is insignificant could end up or could certainly contribute to a big break for us. You don't have to give your name. Nobody's going to know your name. Go ahead and call that number. Let us hear from you, and that's going to go a long way toward our work on this case.
We had a good idea. We felt like where the individual would be, so we had some proactive patrols going on in those general areas, and that's when we saw him, and then that's when he initiated that pursuit. We then followed him, and he stopped the car, got out of the car, and a short time after stopping the car and exiting it, making a run for it, we apprehended him on foot.
What are some other safety tips that people should keep in mind throughout this tropical storm as it moves in kind of more towards our area?
Sure. One of the things that we want to make sure and mention is that people need to be mindful of any standing water they see. Sometimes taking a look at a bit of water is deceptive, and you may not be able to determine how deep it is. So if you see that, don't try and go through it. Turn around, avoid that area.
We just feel confident that somebody knows something. They might have seen something last night in the area, they might have heard something in the area, or they very well might know someone who has suffered this injury.
Hi, this is Captain Adam Myrick of the Lexington County Sheriff's Department here on the scene of the waters at Berry Hill apartment complex, where we're in the early phases of an investigation. We're seeking a person of interest in connection to that investigation. It's 40-year-old J.W. Hayes.
The reason we are going to be dependent upon information from the community here is because they know this area better than most. They're going to know how things should sound and how things should look, if you will, overnight.
Let's go to Captain Adam Myrick. He is with the Lexington County Sheriff's Department. I believe I've got Adam on the phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, don't be.
All right. Thanks for joining me. Take us through from the top, because this is a little confusing, because as I understand, the suspect was traveling one direction and ended up then going the other direction. Can you take us through the timeline of what happened? About what time did this start?
This started earlier this morning, somewhere roughly around 9 o'clock. As we are continuing ourselves to piece this together, the pursuit was initiated by the suspect in southern Lexington County. At that time, he then hit the interstate, traveling westbound on 26. Left the interstate, took a rather roundabout route through the city of Columbia area, Broad River Road, Greystone Boulevard, and then got back on the interstate traveling eastbound. So when the pursuit ended and where the suspect sits right now inside his car is the eastbound side of 26, just east of the 113 exit. So that is where the situation is unfolding right now. We have negotiators on scene. A tactical team has arrived a short time ago, and we'll begin that process to maintain contact with the suspect and try to arrive at a very peaceful resolution.